Plaintiff Louis Brainard says he first met the defendant when she moved in with his friend, and at that time, she was 17 years old with a child and one on the way. Louis claims he was always there for the defendant and her children, and he often loaned her money, but he's suing her today because she has yet to repay him. Defendant Christine Young admits that Louis helped her and her children, but says she had no idea his help came with an obligation. Christine claims Louis often showed up at her apartment unannounced and uninvited, and would even reprimand her children. And she believes Louis is suing her for more than she owes because he has a gambling addiction.
Prove your case.
Well, Your Honor, I want to just say first that I really regret that it's come to this with the defendant. I really cared immensely for this young lady and her family that came to live with her.
You came to live with her?
No, her family came to live with her. It increased in size from when I first met her, Your Honor.
Where do you know her from?
Okay, well, I first met her when she moved in with a mutual friend, a lady that was the mother of teenage boys that I had come to be like an uncle to and had mentored and done a lot with over a long period of time before she came into the picture. She had moved in with them. She was 17 at the time, nearly 18, had a young child, 20 months old, and was 7 months pregnant. A couple of months later, day after she turned 18, had her second child. And at this time, she had her mom come stay with her to help care for the child because, like many typical young teenagers,
Actually, Your Honor, can I say something?
She wanted to run off.
Please. Actually, my mom came down to visit me, to be there for me when I had my daughter. She was only supposed to stay actually while I gave birth because I was a single mom and I didn't want to be there by myself. So that's why she originally came down, not to stay with me. It actually happened later on. She decided to stay because she couldn't go back home.
Okay.
So, and that's actually where it started. And I did meet him, like he said, through the former roommate. He came over for the boys. Met him shortly after that. Me and her moved into another apartment where my mom was staying with us. And that's how it originally started. He developed a relationship with my mom, would take the kids out because I did work and go to school. I was in high school at the time. Obviously, I was 17.
Everything was platonic?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Okay, all right. When you say developed a relationship with my mom.
Well, a bond with my mom. He would take her and the kids out to the
friendship.
park.
Gotcha.
Right.
Go ahead.
And at times her mom would call me and say, you know, her child's asking for apple juice and I can't get her to understand. I can't give her what I don't have. And I'd tell her, well, I'm coming over to watch American Idol with y'all tonight and I'll bring some apple juice. She'd say, well, you better bring a couple gallons because the boys are going to drink it too. And I said, no problem, I'll bring plenty. So, you know, I did a lot for her and her family. I would buy.
Did a lot for the family. Brought apple juice. Got that.
Yeah, no, I mean, when they would run short on food at the end of the month, I'd come and feed them all if necessary, you know, because I was going to leave my friends.
Apple juice and potato chips.
yeah, and I spent a lot of money helping them. When they would run out of food or money for food, this continued for a year and a half.
All right.
And there came a point when I'd helped them get into another apartment, and there's always a shortage on the rent. She usually had all of her rent each month. She only came short on rent a couple times.
Let me allow her to give some
Can I say something? He did, you know, give my mom the money for us to move. He bought her a cell phone, helped out whenever he could, which was appreciated, but didn't realize, of course, that it was going to be under this obligation. We did move, and then he started coming over all the time as soon as we moved. His name was on the lease because I moved with my sister and she did not have a job at the time. So his name was on the lease so we could qualify for the apartment. So he assumed, I guess, that gave him the right to come over whenever he wanted. Or if he wasn't invited, he would come over to go swimming in the pool and then use our shower. He developed a relationship with the neighbors so he could come over to their house, but come over to our house to see the kids. Show up all the time, uninvited. It got to a point where he was around all the time.
To see the kids primarily?
The kids, yes. The kids. He would only come over if we'll go out to eat. We can only go out to eat if the kids are there. Or can I do something with the kids, please? He'll go over to pay the cell phone bill for my mom if the kids are there so they can get out.
Did that eventually stop?
Yeah.
How?
I told him that I didn't feel comfortable with his relationship with my kids and he was no longer allowed to see them.
Why didn't you feel comfortable with his relationship with your kids?
I told him, you know, these behaviors, I don't like them. It makes me feel uncomfortable, and I had said something to him before and nothing changed.
You told him a second time.
Right.
You stopped that second time?
Yeah.
All right. Just curious. Did he ever loan you money?
Yes.
Did you order him to stop before or after he asked for his money back?
It was after. Right.
All right. He asked for his money back and you said, stop visiting my kids. Go ahead, sir. Give me your side. Then we go up to the loan.
She had first borrowed a couple $100 because that happened in, about April of 08.
Couple hundred.
Couple $100 that she just needed money for
Give
clothes.
me some more. You're suing for $3,000.
Yeah, well, then there was $300 to get her laptop
What
out
month
of
and
the pawn
year?
shop. That was either later that month or the following month.
All right. Then
Then when the move occurred, I paid the whole.
how much?
Well, that I just counted it as $500 more, even though it was more than that she owed
What
me. I
month and
rounded
year?
it down for her.
What month?
That was August of 08.
Of 08?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then what?
And then in November of 08, she came to me with a dilemma. She had an out-of-control cell phone bill. It was all the way up to $1,100.
Did you loan her money?
Yes.
How much?
Well, $1,500 total because she wanted $400 more.
$1,500 in what month?
That was the last day of November. About
All right,
the last day
November of 08.
Of 08.
Is that it, or is there other dates?
February 28th of 2009.
How much?
500, although she wanted me to come with a whole 1,000.
All right, that was the last loan, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, do you agree you borrowed $200 in April, $300 in April of 08, $500 in August of 08, $1,500 in November of 08, $500 in February of 09?
No.
All right. Do you admit to any of this?
Yeah. The
Which
cell
one?
phone bill money he did loan to me because the cell phone
That was how much?
$1,500.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all
right.
he gave to me as far as the loan. I did sign a promissory note for that.
Who
Yep.
has that? And when he asked for money for the other loans, what did you say to him for what he perceived to be loans? What
He
would you say?
never really asked me for any money until after the fact. I would not let him see the kids. That's
What did
when he
you
started-
say?
I said, well, eventually, after he gave me the money, it's no big deal. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to help you guys out. That's all it ever was. Then once I told him, you can't see my kids anymore, then it's a loan. I need the money because now he has a gambling problem and has no money.
Your
All
Honor.
right. So what did you say about repaying him?
I told him that's fine. When we talked, I give him
You
money
told
when I
him
can.
what is fine?
If he wants some money, I can give him money as I can.
All right.
He said,
That was November of 08. How much have you given him?
I've given him $600.
600?
Yes.
When?
Out of my tax money, not this last year, the year before.
Is that true?
Your Honor.
Is that true or not?
Yes, she did give me $300
All right.
twice.
And that's all she's given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so
I have no problem.
based on what she says, she only owes $900.
Well, Your Honor.
You
first-
have evidence contrary?
I do, Your Honor.
Let's see.
Okay. The first promissory note where she agreed that she owed me $1,000 at this point, which was rounded down from more like $1,250.
Let's see.
Okay. Your Honor, from watching your shows, I know that you're going to want to know why did I loan her $1,500 more at a time when she still owed me $1,000.
Thank you for saving me time. So why don't you explain that?
Okay, well, Your Honor, when she was contacting me saying, I need to pay this cell phone bill, I can't even terminate the lines until I bring the balance to zero, and I'd like to have a few $100s for Christmas. I said to her, you owe me $1,000 at this point. She said, I know I'm going to pay you that from my tax return. I should be getting at least $2,500, maybe $3,000 from my taxes back.
Is this all you have today?
No, Your Honor, I have the one from when she borrowed the $1,500 from me. That's two sides.
Ma'am, did you sign such a
I signed the one for $1,500. That's the only one that I've ever signed.
Okay. So you never signed one for 1,000?
No.
All right. Who are the other signatories?
Her sister and her mother were getting into me for loans as well.
Do you know of your mother signing an agreement with him?
I don't know if she signed anything. I know my sister did sign something.
The
but
end
it
of
was nothing.
09. Come on up, ma'am. State your name.
My name is Shantae Willette.
Do you know of your mother having signed anything on November 14th? You borrowed some the day after, he says.
Your Honor, I did not borrow the money the day after. After these issues came up with my sister and Louis Brainard about the children, then did he bring the promissory note over saying,
And by the way, ma'am, do you have your identification today? I'm going to look at her driver's license as well.
Oh, okay, Your Honor.
All righty. And you say you signed the one for $1,500?
I did sign that one.
All right.
I did.
The $1,000 loan It's exactly like your license. So, I believe in $3,000 for the plaintiff. I believe you signed both of these, and now you're refusing to pay him. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
I'm not willing to pay for him to see my kids. It's not worth the money, so there's still not going to be a friendship or whatever he wants to call it.
You know what? She left me feeling like I was paying to see her kids, but you know what?
That's weird. I'm sorry, that's weird.
Yeah, but you know what? That's just how she left me feeling, because you know what? I did care immensely for her kids.